Hey moms, and welcome back to Momestly Me. In today's video, Melinda and I are going to talk about our top 5 necessities for our hospital bags.
So we had a planned C-section, so we were able to pack our 2 bags for 4 days. And you
Was not planning to be in the hospital for 4 days. I had a vaginal birth that was pretty close to natural because my meds didn't work. But we went into labor Friday morning. At like 3:30 is when my contractions started to get really, really close together. And then my body still wasn't ready. So they actually tried to send us home Friday night.
Yep.
And I said, no, we're coming in on Sunday to be induced. So let's just keep this ball rolling because otherwise 2 hospital visit bills. No, thank you. And so we actually ended up, my son was born at 11:20 that Saturday night, and we did not leave until midnight the following Monday.
Yeah.
Fun fact, don't have a baby on holiday weekend. So we were there for 4 days. We lived close enough that we were fortunate enough that we were close enough to get Rick some extra clothes because I only packed for him for 2 days.
Right.
Me, it didn't really matter as much because you just wear pajamas, basically.
Right.
Nightgowns. I wore nightgowns. So
Yeah,
it was fine.
But there are some things that we ended up both packing because they're things that we both deemed necessities, and after being in the situation, definitely necessities.
Yep.
So, thank you. All right.
I don't remember what bag I brought to the hospital, but it probably had elephants on it because that was our baby theme, and I've got like 4 of these in different sizes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty sure it was an elephant bag. I just don't remember.
This
Okay.
was one of the bags we took.
B for baby.
That's what it stands for.
Okay.
So the first thing that we both brought was
Chapstick.
chapstick. It's important. I know for me, because the room was just so dry. I mean, the air conditioner was on the whole time. It was August. So super dry. Definitely kept chapstick on my lips. But I've also heard that while you're in labor,
Yeah, everything just falls out of you. It's like there's no moisture anywhere. Like my lips were like crusty. Like they went from being, it's so bizarre. They went from being totally normal to being so dry and crusty that I just wanted to cut them off my face. So chapstick did help. There was still some, but it's definitely a necessity. I used it the whole time we were there.
yeah, I definitely was right there next to me the whole time.
Yes.
So the next thing that we both took were phone chargers. I have mine all coiled up because this bad boy is 10 feet long.
I feel like it's just a really good representation of our 2 differences in personalities.
That could also be true. But for me, though, there wasn't a charger that was like right there that was close enough. So, like if I had your phones generally come with a 3
They're
foot,
really short. Yeah.
3
This is a long
foot
one.
charging cord. That one's longer. That's a 6 foot.
Yeah. This was perfect. This is what we used.
And I may have had a 6 foot when I was there, but the plug-ins right behind the bed were being used. So I had to use a different plug-in. And also, you know, where the husband had to sleep, like there's nothing over near that little window bench.
Yeah.
So he needed a long cord for his phone as well. The next thing was comfortable clothes. What did you have?
So I went based off comfortable clothes for the ride home.
Okay.
Not so much there. I mean, I just wore nursing nightgowns when I was there. They're really cheap from that place with the blue and yellow logo that has like a star. Starts with a W, ends in a March. Okay. So we had shirts made. So from the time that we could even see Oliver in the sonogram, I always called him my little monster because he looked like this little monster in like a black lagoon. That's what he looked like to me. So he was always called Monster. So my husband and I had shirts made that say, "I've created a monster."
That's cute.
Yep. Never mind the shoddy letters that are coming off. That's not important. It just wasn't done very well. So and then he had a onesie. My Oliver did that said, monster on it with like a little fuzzy monster on it. So that was my, and then I wore very old
Hey, comfortable.
comfortable leggings that now have, or I mean, what are these called? Like
Yoga
yoga
pants?
shorts. I don't know. They're
Capris,
like
yoga capris.
they have like holes in the crotch now. But anyway, so and then I brought flip flops to wear home because they, you know, that was what was suggested to me was loose and comfortable for the ride
Right.
home. So that's what I packed.
Right. And so what I brought was things that I wore in the hospital because what did not make me comfortable was hospital gowns. Not a fan of that at all. It was
Yeah.
okay in pre-op, but I'm really glad that I packed comfortable things to wear in the hospital.
Yeah, I guess I am too. I just don't have any of those anymore.
Yeah. Well, one of them I'm wearing. I actually just love this one. It's like a super, it's got stains on it. Don't judge me. It's super easy. Like it just has the thing, the whole piece, like comes up. And I wore really comfortable. They're called sleeping nursing bras, where they're just like there's no hooks or anything. They're just really soft cotton that crisscross in the front, so they pull over. I wore those underneath this, and I had another shirt similar to this, and I had a nightgown. And I also wore, I brought my robe. I brought a black robe because I didn't know what might get stained, what might not, because postpartum is not pretty.
Nope, no matter how your baby comes.
Super simple, just short cotton, soft robe.
I had a couple of those too.
Yeah. It was warm, even though it's short sleeves, like when it was a little, because I didn't want to make the room too warm.
Oh,
you
I
know?
ate it up. I loved how cold it was.
Yeah, like
It was
we kept it
perfect.
cold. Absolutely. So I did that. And then to go home, I had on just a really comfortable tank top, nursing tank top, and really loose shorts. They weren't maternity shorts or anything like that. They were actually shorts I had from before I got pregnant, but they were loose and flip-flops. I did have my slippers at the hospital, but I didn't bring them with me.
Oh, I think I did take booties.
Mm-hmm.
My feet are always cold.
Yeah. But so comfortable clothes, definitely important. And then we had other things that we did differently. So at the hospital that we went to, they give you a really, really nice mother's bag. It's a diaper bag. It has the necessities
Oh my
that
gosh,
you.
it has so much stuff in it.
So much stuff in it.
And they'll refill it for you.
They will. They will.
It's nice.
I moved it into the bathroom. One of the things in it was toiletries, which I brought some little travel size ones, but honestly, I left them in the bag the whole time because the ones that they gave us were really nice and they smelled good and made me feel a little happier than the things that I brought because they weren't my normal things. They were just little travel size things that I picked up. But for you, you brought your own, right?
Mm-hmm. Elephant bag. See? Told you. Yeah, so I brought my own. In fact, I think the loofah that's in here is the same loofah that I got right before I went into the hospital. So one of the things, and I've already talked about this in our Humanizing Mom segment, but one of the things that I needed after having Oliver was normalcy. I needed things that felt normal to me. And so one of the things, and I will tell you, I don't think taking my own toiletries, I realized I would need them until I was there, but using things, because I buy miniature versions of the stuff I really use all the time. So it all smells the same. It all looks the same. It feels the same. There's no difference.
Right.
And so I didn't know at the time that I was going to need it. So when I took my first shower postpartum, I felt really good afterwards. And I do think some of it is because I had my normal like routine in some way because everything else was so bizarre. So that was my other must have was my own toiletries that smell like the stuff I normally use. They smell, my bag smells like home. Like it's just, it was a little more comforting to me than to use the stuff that I don't ever use.
Right. I mean, that makes sense. It gives you like, maybe puts you into your routine a little bit ahead of time before you go home, maybe. And for me, something that I really needed was my nursing pillow. This is my my Bobby, and we got a lot of use out of this. in the hospital because even though I felt pretty good the next day after my C-section. I was walking around. Being in the bed or even in the rocking chair in the room, it was still like, I mean, your muscles are not
shambles.
connected. Yeah.
Yeah.
So having that abdominal support to hold, your baby, it takes a little bit of something to be able to hold your baby the whole time, especially when you're new to nursing, it's your first time. So having the boppy was super important and necessary for me. And also it helped my husband too, because while he has held children before, he's held babies before. Never one.
Rick had not.
Ooh,
Yep, our son was the first one, I think.
that's pretty awesome though.
If it wasn't, then it had been so long. It's probably when he was a kid because his
Oh,
mother
maybe.
nannied. So, but yeah, so it had been a long time, and he'd never changed a diaper.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Mike had never changed I don't think he ever changed a girl diaper. He changed the boy diapers.
I don't think I've ever changed a girl diaper. I have a lot of nephews.
But it helped him too. Because while he had held babies before, like it was, I don't know, I guess it was different holding our daughter. Like it was just this fragile thing, and he was scared. I don't know if he was scared he was going to drop her or what, but definitely it helped him a lot too. It also helped me when I went home because same thing, your abdominal muscles are healing back together. So this was a huge literal support for us in the hospital and when we went home. So, Bobby, highly recommend. And there are different kinds. This is just like the generic, like the standard kind that it's just the U shape. It's not really, it's a C shaped. There are also ones that you can like strap around the back of you that have a back support or have like they're not empty in the center like that, so they don't like that kind of hooks around your body. But there are bigger ones also and just different shaped ones. But we liked that one a lot. And yeah, so those are our like must-haves. Have another baby, those things are going to go with us.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. But then there are also lots of other things that people may take to the hospital with them, or there are things that we had that we like enjoyed having and then were probably good to have, but like just didn't quite make the top 5 list.
Yeah.
Like what was that for you?
For me, that would be lozenges.
Mm-hmm.
So I got, so there's like a brand that has like, they have cough drops, but they're actually really just candy. And they're cherry. I think most people know what these are.
Yeah.
So I actually did take those because, you're not allowed water after a certain, you can't have anything after a certain point, which is ridiculous. Like it's so difficult. The water was the hardest part for me.
Yeah.
As hungry as I was, like the water was hard. My mouth, like when, I don't know if you went through this, but going through labor, my mouth was so dry.
Yeah.
It just felt like cotton. And
I felt that way after surgery.
yeah. So the Ludens
It's okay.
did help. They I went through all that effort.
It's
So
okay.
they did help. They were not a cure-all, and I don't even know if technically I was supposed to have them. I didn't ask. I just did it, and everything was fine. So
Yeah.
but they were really helpful. I think but they just they didn't make my top 5 because like if I forgot it, I don't know that I would have had a very different experience. But the other stuff I'm really glad that I had.
Well, and I think next time you'd be like, no, I'm going to drink some water, thank you. Because ice chips, that's always something that I've heard is like, they'll bring you ice chips.
Nope, I wasn't allowed to. They even specifically said that because I guess they thought, oh, well, she might ask for it.
Mm-hmm.
But you get really, really thirsty. Like your body is taking everything to go into this process of delivering a baby. So it was really, that part did suck.
And there's a lot of breathing involved that makes your mouth dry. You know, like, and I understand don't drink a lot.
Well, they don't want you to throw up.
Yeah, they don't want you to throw
I
up.
actually did throw up, but I think I threw up from the medicine. I don't think it was from, because I hadn't eaten anything or drank anything,
Right.
so I don't think that was what it was, but
Right.
it's not that bad. You just can't, they can't, you know, you can't move things along if you're stopping every 2 seconds to throw up. But
That's true.
I just threw up one time. And it ripped my blood pressure cuff off. That's a story for another day.
For me, I think I know. I took the nipple cream in the purple tube. It's lanolin. There are different brands, but it is a lanolin cream, and there's all different types of cream. There's there's organic ones. There's like beeswax type ones. There's all different kinds. This is the one that my sister used, that other people I knew used.
It's one of the cheaper ones.
It is. I mean, it's just like one of those tried and true brands.
That's what I used too.
Yeah. So I took a tube with me just in case, because I had also heard you could use it as chapstick.
Yeah.
And I mean,
I wouldn't.
It's not bad. I couldn't find my chapstick at one point because it
smells odd to me.
I think when you're desperate.
Yeah.
You know?
That's fair.
I mean, it's safe for your brand new baby to have on their lips, so you know.
Yeah, but they don't know what's good and bad tasting, so not yet.
So that, and if you don't have any of it, the lactation consultants.
Yeah, I got all kinds of samples of it.
Yeah,
all kinds.
So that would be another thing on maybe my top 10 list. I don't know. Or one of the things is if you have a lactation consultant that comes in, girl, take advantage of whatever she wants to give to you, because Aria had a tongue tie. So one of the things she gave me was nipple shields. So that would possibly help, you know, save me, but also get milk to her. And they helped a little bit, but I would not have bought them on my own probably because they're a little expensive. So they brought me those. They also brought me other things to help like under the bra. They're like a hard shell, but it has holes in it to allow air to travel around. So it helps heal.
I didn't breastfeed in the hospital, so I didn't have any of those things.
Well, you know, if you're offered those things, you should take them because they're expensive if you have to buy them on your own.
I think you should just take everything they give you at the hospital.
Yeah,
they
especially
refilled
diapers and wipes.
Yeah, they refilled that for us. We took stuff out and they refilled it, so we had a ton of stuff, clothes, like little onesies, lots of stuff.
I don't know if you're supposed to do this or not, but we took the aspirators.
We took that too.
We had 2 of them because I took one out and I put it in the bag so I wouldn't forget, and they gave us another one.
Yeah. Oh, we only had the one, but yeah.
We have 2. Those are the best aspirators you can get.
The ones that you buy are not going to touch that. Like,
now, I didn't try the nose Frida. A lot of people like love that, and it works great because you're using, you know, different kind of suction. But the bulb ones, those are the best. Absolutely.
You just have to throw them away after a while because they get gross. But
we wash them a couple of times. But
yeah,
I mean, eventually, probably everything gets old. So. And you have another baby and you get more of them, it'll be fine. And snacks. We took snacks. We also ate in the hospital cafeteria a lot because there was a, you know, the one with the arches.
Yeah, that's typical. That's delicious. What's in like every hospital I've ever been in. But
we did have the best intentions of only eating the stuff that we took with us. But we took protein bars and we took dried fruits and things like that, and we did eat them. So snacks is definitely another thing.
Yeah, the only thing we took was M&M minis. This video is really telling of how different we are in general, I think. I'm like, we'll figure it out.
It's okay.
Melinda prepared for the apocalypse.
We went shopping the weekend before. Well, we knew that it was a possibility. I mean, I didn't pack our bags until...
Oh, my bag was packed early.
See, my bag was not packed early.
The only there was, I mean, obviously there was a couple things that weren't like our chargers and stuff that we had to throw in last minute, but Yeah.
No, I actually packed this bag with stuff for her because that was easy to pack. I already had everything. Except for the baby.
We only took his onesie. What else are you supposed to take?
She wore an outfit every day and had a headband every day. Also, we knew they were going to take pictures in the hospital.
Yeah.
So,
Another thing I didn't get to experience in the hospital.
well, you didn't miss out.
I wouldn't have paid for the pictures anyway.
We didn't.
I would have screen capped them and removed the watermark in Photoshop.
No, they have really good watermarks
No,
for the company.
I saw Dawn's. I would have been able to get rid of it.
Well, ours were like on her face. But it's okay because we did professional photos and we paid a lot of money for those professional photos outside of the hospital.
And I didn't do newborn pictures.
It's okay.
Really telling.
Everybody's got different experience.
Oh no, I'm not saying that it's not okay. It's just, we are just very different.
It's okay. Yeah.
Sometimes I forget how different.
Until we do things like this.
Yeah, we are not the same.
But you did get pictures of Oliver in the hospital.
We took them with our phones.
Yes, but you still brought something special to take pictures of.
Yeah, not 6 outfits. We took a
There were only 2 outfits for the pictures.
You said one every day. That's 4 days at least. Yeah, so when we did the gender reveals to our families, it was either going to be an owl if it was a girl or an elephant if it was a boy. And we bought stuffed elephants. So I ended up buying myself one because I wanted one too.
Right.
And we put a little necklace that said Oliver on the elephants, and then our parents separately opened their elephant and they got to keep it with the name or whatever. So we took our elephant that looked like theirs and put it in the basket with him. The bucket, that's what I call it, that bucket they put them in, and took some pictures with that. And then my sister also bought a bear of the honey eating kind. And and so I did a picture with him too because she had specifically bought that for him. So his first one. So so we took pictures that way.
See, but that's kind of cuter than some of the pictures that we.
It's definitely cheaper.
But also, and if you want to experience the photographer in the hospital, totally up to you. Your decision.
I've heard they're really great. Some people love the pictures, and I've seen the pictures I've seen are great.
But we didn't see them actually look. What they do is they take the pictures, and part of it was my husband got really sick during the photo session because he decided that day he was going to be a little bit healthier, so he got a fried fish sandwich, like you do. And when the photographer comes in, they crank your heat up to 85 degrees.
Because they make the baby naked.
Yeah, so they crank the heat up to the same temperature as the NICU. It makes sense, makes it comfortable for them. When we had our photos done outside of the hospital, she did the same thing. Her studio was very warm because that's what makes the babies comfortable. However, we were prepared for it that time because we knew ahead of time. So he spent almost the entire 20 minutes she was in there in the bathroom because he was sick and it was like as soon as the heat hit him within 5 minutes, like he just was so nauseous. Yeah. So we hurried and took some pictures with him, and then we took some with me, but they're just not, we didn't buy them. She was super nice. We should have just declined because we knew we were going to have the other pictures anyways. But we thought, why not?
They're really expensive.
They are. They're really expensive for what they are because they're not always like newborn certified photographers. Maybe it depends on your hospital and the service that you use. There's different companies, but I know this company in particular that's at the hospital that we gave birth at, they don't require a lot of credentials. If you are a photographer and you would like to come in, I guess they look at your portfolio and they're like, yeah, you don't suck. And that's fine. They do like a background check on people, of course, because you're going to be with infants, in a very secure part of the most secure part of the entire hospital. You can't even like hold your child in the hallway of this hospital. Like they have to be in their bassinet. But anyways, it's just, your choice. But we also got really cute pictures in the bassinet too. But yeah, we get off topic a lot.
Yeah. If you think this is bad, you should see our everyday conversations.
Woo!
One time I'd looked and we had been on the phone for almost 4 hours.
It's not important.
What's really crazy is I didn't even realize it had been that long. So.
Woo, you should see some of these videos before they get edited down.
Yeah. So those are our 5 collective
Must-haves.
must-haves for
Yep.
hospital bags.
Yeah, so, hey, comment down below and let us know what was necessary for your hospital bag. It could be something totally different than what we had. And maybe it's something that maybe we'll add to our experience if we have another hospital experience. Or definitely add to somebody else's hospital experience. Maybe they're not there yet.
Yeah, some people I'm sure are looking for suggestions. I Googled it.
I had seen a lot of videos on YouTube.
And I will tell you, like, all the advice that I got was to keep it light.
Yes.
Because you don't realize how much stuff you have to take home until you are lugging all the stuff you got from the hospital,
Yes.
the baby that you decided to keep, and the, and then all the stuff that you brought.
Yeah.
I mean, like, didn't change your mind and leave them there. Because they keep. I tell people that all the time.
I mean, the nurses told us if we wanted to leave our daughter with them, that they'd be okay with that. And Mike said, no.
Whenever people say things like, he's so cute, and I'm like, yeah, we like him. We'll keep him for a little bit. So that's what I meant. No harm, no foul.
Now, our hospital did have carts that you could put your stuff on. I don't know if they had one available for you at the time of night that you left.
Rick just took a lot of stuff down in one go, and then we took the stuff in the second.
Okay.
The second go. And I think he carried O, and I had put stuff in my lap because they make you go out in a wheelchair. So.
Oh, see, they made me carry Aria in my lap. They would not let him carry her out of the hospital.
Or maybe I'm remembering it wrong, but I'm pretty sure.
Either way, there was something in your lap.
First of all, car seats are big. Why do you gotta carry in our lap?
Especially after you have given birth or had a C-section.
At that point, my left leg was still numb from the epidural. That didn't work. Now, if I'd had the baby through my leg, I wouldn't have felt it.
I don't know that they can really just kind of.
A little to the right.
Yeah. So comment down below. Let us know, like, if you use some of the same things that we did, or if you have other things that you used in the hospital that you liked. Definitely like this video. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon. That way you know when we upload our next video. And let us know what you think. If you like what we're doing, if you like these kind of videos, if you have ideas for things you'd like to see in the future, let us know. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at Momestly. And we're also here twice a week. Sometimes there's bonus days.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. It's good times.
Mm-hmm.
See you next time.